Caribe from the city of Shenzhen, China, and today I want to share with you all the importance of having a verification or an inspection to your factory or your decided supplier to which you want to be purchasing from beforehand of the purchasing process. So why is it important to have an inspection to the factory or company that you want to be doing business with? Well, first of all, you can save a lot of time and money when it comes to making the whole process. And you can really get to understand where is the supplier standing on the market and what can you expect from the supplier if there was any problem in the whole process of the export business. So basically, I've been having some years of experience here in China doing some inspections from LED to industrial stuff and electronic things and so on and so forth. And there are so many kinds of verifications, and the basic one is called factory verification, which is like a brief summary of what is the factory standards and some few points. These points are the following 5 points. The number one is like the factory profile. What does the factory profile mean? You want to make sure that the factory is registered. You want to search for the name that is registered, and the other thing is the contacts. So there are a lot of suppliers who do publish their own contacts, like there are a lot of social media like Messenger, Yahoo and whatsoever, and so many of these are in real like contacts. You have to make sure like they have an address, and the address is like a fixed one. And for example, let's say this is the address, and you can see the building, and you can see that it's actual there on solid soil, and not just like the contacts like in Yahoo and virtual contacts, because that does not give you enough security to purchase from them. In the case, if the case was that they will rip you off, and then you will not have a way to go and to assist to complain about it. So you want to make sure like there is a solid building standing for the factory's name. You want to also know where are they located and their licenses, whatever is that they have to prove that they're real. The second point is the workforce and labor. So this means you want to take a look, a really detail about how many workers are they working in their factory. This will say a lot, because like usually good suppliers are big, huge factories, and this means like they are having business and their business are huge. So if business are huge and running, this is that they are quite okay. You can just see it once. And you want to know also if they are having like workers overseas, which means like customer service, maybe in the USA or Europe or whatsoever, and if their staff is speaking English. This is super important for you to communicate with them. So many factories still do not speak English, and the communication can bring troubles from like, let's say, I don't know, asking the phone in yellow and he thinks it's other color and your whole order is like spoiled, but just a miscommunication issue. So this is very important. Another subject is the equipment and the itself, the plant and the factory. So you want to take a look about how often do they give maintenance to their equipment, because this is very important for the quality to be accurate enough. You want to also check their whole plant, how big is it, how do they usually, whether they have offices elsewhere, and whether they have also clean offices. This says a lot for a factory, because once you step on in the factory offices, you can just tell like, oh yeah, this is a good supplier. They bring you out the water, they're speaking English, and so on and so forth. So these are important key factors to make the difference. Some factories even have like their own glasses, which they will give you to with their factory names, and this is like huge, like they are already all branded and standing like still and what they're doing. You want to check also about their production lines, the quality control, how do they realize the quality control, Another aspect that you want to check out is their clients' experience. You can just ask and you can research about their history, how long have they doing business in that industry for, as well as which are their clients. So many of the times they will not tell you about their clients, but you can just ask about their markets. I'm pretty sure everybody will tell you about their markets. An example is as follows. Let's say I have this supplier of electronics and he's doing business with Latin America. He advised me not to send his products to USA because they wouldn't pass the quality control expectations. And so I didn't. Otherwise, you can lose clients by doing so. So be sure that your supplier is doing business with your market, or that your supplier can meet the requirements that your market is requiring. Otherwise, it might seem that it's the same identical product, but it has a total different inside, and we do not see that. Let's say there are two speakers, but they look like super same, and in the inside they have a different bass and a different components, which will make the huge difference about the sound. So this is important to check out. Another thing and last is to check their certificates and acknowledgements. Usually all factories have some kind of certificates, and if it's depending on the product, you might want to check out X or Y certificates to make sure that you are meeting the supplier that you need, because they have so many kinds of quality certificates, as well as sales certificates, Chinese local certificates, as well as international. So this is very up to you what you are looking for. So this is a brief summary of factory verification. There is as well another one called factory extensive verification. And what is this means is you want to take a look deeply at what is their design control department doing, as well as their purchasing control department. How often do they rotate their stock, their social responsibility, how do they have their control of their maintenance of their equipment. This is important to have an accurate quality and production. Their own inspections to themselves, how often do they have some kind of inspection to the whole factory, as well as the quality control. So many factories do have their own lab with high technology last in the market about cutting edge technology to test their own samples and decide whether they will send it to a client or they will release it into market. So this is very important and a key factor. If a factory does have its own lab and its own equipment to test their own samples, it's just a great plus to have. And these are some points for the extensive factory inspection, as well as there are so many others, and it really varies from person to person. You can't just ask somebody to check for you whatever you are really interested in, because it all depends on each client as well as on your needs. So you can get a service and just ask whatever you want to be checking for. Or there are some companies and third parties which will make you a standard package of what they can check for you. And if you agree on that, then just go for it. I just keep emphasizing that it's good enough to make that factory verification before you make any purchase. Otherwise, you can regret having spent your money and not seeing anything coming back, or not having meet your expectations from that supplier. I hope this information is helpful for you. It has been my pleasure to talk to you from the city of Shenzhen, China. And today here is it's marriage jewelry exposition. So this is the city of China. And for more information, please do go and log on our page, which is www.chinatradingtips.com. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to give you more information the next time. Thanks a lot. I send you a big kiss from the city of China, Mar Caribe, with love. Bye-bye.